Hey, Mike. This is one of those games where you guys were getting a lot of looks and nothing was really going in for you, and you're clinging to this 1-0 lead. You like the way that your team kind of stuck to the system and hung with it.
Yeah, I love the way we hung around it. We got away from our game a little bit there in the second, but I thought we kind of regrouped after two and played a real solid third, and we're able to push the game along to two, and then get obviously an empty netter and kind of sealed it. But yeah, real proud of the group, how we're kind of finding ways to win games different ways, and those are all experiences that are going to be valuable down the stretch, and another big 2 points.
For yourself, man, like since you've come back, this has been just a sort of an epic run for you. What are you feeling? What are you seeing out there? What's this like for you?
Yeah, I'm just taking it one game at a time, to be honest. I think it's just I just really want to play well for this group. I feel like we've done a lot of good things this year to put us in a good spot right now, and I don't want that to slide away because of goaltending. So I think it's just it's a mission I'm on, and Mikko's played well when I was out, so I think it's just nice for him to get kind of a break and for me to get in there and feel like I'm playing really well for the team. And obviously the way we're playing is, makes it a lot easier on the goalie too. So I think we're learning to win different ways, and that's huge for confidence, and it's huge for, pushing the season along and getting us important points right now.
Ryan Rashog, TSN.
Mike, you're obviously holding up your end of the bargain. You're playing well, and you're starting a lot of games here. Does it help that when you came back into the lineup that you've been able to get a number of starts in a row and a good little chunk of starts here to get a rhythm going? And I know, like David said, obviously both goalies are going to be needed, but you've got a good little run here to get started.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the schedule, both guys are going to need to play games at important times in the season. So I think right now I've kind of been feeling good and kind of on a little bit of a heater, but like I said, I'm just focused on the next game, and these are all points that are banked, and feeling good about where my game's at. But that's done and gone, and I'm just kind of worried and prepared about my next start, and that's all you can control.
And can you just put into perspective, heading out on the road, 2 games against a team that you can really put some distance between you and them, and you win both games on the road. Like, that doesn't matter who you're playing, that's tough to do, and it's a big deal when you do it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the schedule and you're just like, wow, this is a big week, one way or the other. So I think it's crazy just to think about you're playing 6 teams all the time, and you go into a series with 2 or 3 games, and how much you can separate yourself from the pack if you win those. So I think it's one thing to go in and win one and lose one, but you don't kind of gain any ground that way. But if you go in and take 4 points from a team, that's huge. That's huge for, for where we're at in the standing. It's huge pushing forward in our confidence. And it's not just about the points, it's about how we're doing it too. We're doing it in different ways. Come back last game, and this game was a real tight game, and we just find a way to grind one out and get a big power play goal, and our penalty kill was fantastic all night long. So I think it's all things that are a step in the right direction for this team.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
We didn't get a very good view of the one that they reviewed because it happened during a TV timeout. Did you know what was going on there? Did you realize how close that puck was to being over the line?
No idea, Mark. No clue. That's why I kind of lied there for a minute and had a break. I had no idea where the puck was, what the call was, or anything. No one was really talking to me, so I didn't really want to move and make it more obvious than it needed to be.
Right. The other thing I would ask you is, this is a team that's looked for whatever this intangible is you're describing, the opposite of fragile, right? You guys you're toughening up. I don't know what we call it exactly, but this team's been looking for it forever, and it looks like you're finding it here. Like, how do you describe exactly what is it? How do you get it? Where does it come from?
It's experience. It's confidence. It's learning how to win games, close games. Like I said, a comeback game, last game, believing in the group, believing in the coaching staff and what they're preaching, and everyone getting on the same page to ultimately do the same thing, and that's win games. And I feel like we've really taken a step in the right direction here as far as that, and you can feel it. It's a different feeling in the locker room, I think. It's a feeling that this team is gaining confidence every single day we're together. Guys are having fun and gelling, and I don't know. Winning helps. Obviously, helps gain confidence, and and kind of a swagger about the group. But I think this group feels like we can win close games and we can win, games more down, and all those are valuable lessons and confidence builders for things to come.
Jason Gregor, TSN 1260.
Mike, after the last game, Dave talked about what you said after the first period. Ethan Bear came out today and said, you always have lots of things to say after the intermissions and positive. You've been around a long time. This team doesn't have a lot of just kind of natural vocal guys. How important is that? I know that's your personality. How important do you think that is for this group?
I think we do. I think you guys might not hear about it, but there's more leaders in this locker room than just me. So I think we have a lot of veteran guys that have been through a lot. The younger guys that, have been in the league a short period of time have really grasped the team game, and it's really showing. And I think everyone starts to feel like we're becoming a really good hockey team, and where there's belief in the locker room that we can beat any team on any given night. It's just important now that we keep it going and we don't take anything for granted. We keep pushing the season along and keep playing like we have been, and we'll do really good things.
Last year you talked about how on the penalty kill, you knew where the shots were coming. The guys played a system really well. PK struggled early this year. It's back on track. Are you feeling that same rhythm of knowing where the shots are coming from?
I don't know if I know where the shots are coming from. I mean, power plays are so good. They're always changing. They're always finding ways to beat penalty kills, and it's about commitment on there and about making saves. And I mean, our guys just ate pucks tonight, and that's a huge part of it. You got guys out there putting their body on the line, and it's a huge thing when your PK can go out there, get some huge kills, and your power play goes out and scores a big goal for your team. So I think that's what I'm talking about as far as confidence and as far as, how we're finding ways to win. Our special teams is obviously a big part of that. So our PK was massive tonight, and then our power play gets one to kind of snuff them out and get a big win.
Gemma Carson-Smith, Canadian Press.
Hi, Mike. About halfway through the second period there, you made a pretty great stop on Jake Virtanen, kicking your leg up, and it looked like you made the stop with your skate. Can you take us through what you saw in that one?
I saw a guy standing all by himself and me not in the net. So I think it was just kind of desperation at that time. And I'm not even sure if I got a piece of it or not. I didn't feel much, but I kind of just made myself as big as possible and pulled out the old school reverse stack and kept it out somehow.
And now you guys are obviously on quite the tear. On Saturday, you're going to face another team that's looking really hot. How do you go about stopping a guy like Austin Matthews on Saturday?
I'm just going to digest this one tonight. To be honest, I'm not really thinking about that right now, but we'll get a day tomorrow and kind of rejuvenate and be ready to go for the Leafs. But yeah, they're obviously a good team, top in the standings. So, you're facing some dynamic players that can really burn you if you give them space. So I'll prepare for it like it's another game.
Final two questions. Tony Brower, Oilers TV.
Hey, Mike, obviously you were perfect on the night, but Thatcher Demko was equally as impactful in the Canucks goal in terms of making the big stop when they needed it to keep his team in it. Do you enjoy games like that?
Yeah, you don't see that as much anymore, I guess. But, yeah, he played well. He stood tall there for a while as it kind of was 0-0 for a long time there, and then we managed to get one by him. But, yeah, he made some big saves for their team, and it kind of felt like it was going to be – a real good shot to go in tonight, and it ended up being that way. So it was a big win.
Just a quick question on grabbing the puck. Do you usually grab pucks after shutouts, after wins, or was it because it was shutout number 41?
It just happened to come down to my end, and shutouts don't come around very often, so it's nice to have the puck from the game.
Final question, Jim Matheson.
I'm going to ask you about shutouts. A lot of goalies just want wins. Do goalies, in terms of shutouts, is it something that's just icing on the cake, or are you really cognizant of shutouts?
I could care less, to be honest. I mean, I want to win. I want to win the game, and I don't care if it's a shutout. I don't care if it's how many goals it is. I want to win the game. And, shutouts don't come around very often. They're hard to get, especially now with how many power plays there are and stuff. But it's not just a credit to the goalie. It's a credit to the team in front of them and what they do. And, I mean, our team, like I said, we're eating shots, and Nursey blocked 3 or 4 tonight, and guys were just, doing everything they can in front of the net to keep it out. So it's a testament to not just the goalie, but the whole team on how they go about themselves. And like I said, shutouts don't come around very often, so it's obviously a cherry on top, but it's more than just the goalie that goes into it.